EA Sports and the Korn Ferry Tour are proud to showcase the finest young golfers from around the globe. From TPC Boston in Norton, Mass, live first-round coverage of the Boston Open. This promises to be a fun 4 days, a lot of storylines to get to as we check out the early leaderboard. We've got a tie at the top at 6 under par. Starting the backside with the 425-yard par 4 10th. Shortish hole, fairway wood might be the play, and a two-tiered bunker on the right side of the green is staring you down. So let's get you out to the action on the turn as we head to the tee at the par 4 10th. Beautiful tempo to that swing, and this is going to wind up squarely in the fairway. Well, with that, let's bring in Nota Begay the third. Nota, now's where it gets tougher. You've missed out on one of the 25 automatic spots. You need to qualify through these Korn Ferry Tour playoffs. 3-week sprint to the finish. How do you approach this first tournament?
Well, Rich, let's be honest. If you're teeing it up in the Korn Ferry playoffs, the regular season hasn't gone as well as you had hoped, but every single one of these players has a chance to reverse those fortunes in this 3-week run to the finish.
Well, that one didn't work out. Didn't look bad in the air. It hit the green, but didn't sit.
Yeah, it was never going to stop.
Bogey 6, and he'll drop back to 1 over par. Moving now to the toughest par 3 at TPC Boston. The 11th is 231 yards, featuring a huge bunker down the right side of the putting surface. Shots to the left do have a tendency to funnel down toward the green. Gonna have to accelerate through the sand here to give this enough carry. That one kind of took off on him. That'll happen sometimes coming out of the bunker, and that scoots right on by. Just a touch firm there. That'll be about 3-4 feet coming back. Yeah, that's well done, though it is for bogey here at the par 3, and that's going to move him back to 2 over par. Frank, the 12th looks to be a pretty straightforward par 4.
Just bends to the left. There's a big sort of crop of mounds on that right side. If you can just go a little left of those, you get a nice kick forward.
And that will do just fine. Oh, and that one nosedives right into the thick stuff. That could be problematic, to say the least.
Thick rough, that's for sure, and you can really see it slow the club face down. Balls come up way short.
So, a tough hole. That's in for bogey at 12. and he'll slide back now to 3 over par. On the tee now at another par 4, the 13th. Frank, how do you play it?
Well, it looks like it's a dogleg right, but ideally you want to keep that tee shot down the left, and you don't want to leave any of it behind.
That's got to be disappointing. Good line in the fairway, and the approach winds up in the bunker. Well, gonna get a chance to try that again. Okay, deep breath taken. Time to regroup here. That is such a tough bunker to try and navigate. That's onto the green, but still a tricky distance coming up. Nope. That goes down, but it's a 6 at the par 4. And he'll fall back now to 5 over par. But this 14th hole is vintage Gil Hanse. Does a marvelous job with the design. You see those chocolate drop mounds. That's one of his signature design features. They don't look too menacing, but trust me, you don't want to be in those. You can make a mess from there. It's a 495-yard par 4. A 4 is a good score here. This is where club selection is so important. Second shot into that stiff breeze. And this one slowed up by the leaves, and that's not going to be a great result.
Always tough to get a decent flight out of the rough. And you could see that ball was never soaring out of that light.
Much needed there. That is stone dead, and a chance to get away with just the one drop shot. Safely in. It's a bogey here at 14. And he'll slide a bit further here to 7 over par. So 1 round in the books. Frank, how would you assess what you saw from this golf course?
I think the golf course was the star, Rich, really. There's enough good holes out there, some strong par 4s to really make you think. And then there's enough opportunity. Some of those short par 4s and par 5s, they're certainly gettable. So I think it bodes well for the remainder of this tournament.
So for Frank Nobilo, Nota Begay III, and Iona Stephen, I'm Rich Lerner. We'll see you next. EA Sports and the Korn Ferry Tour are proud to feature some of the best young talent in the world of golf. From TPC Boston, it's live second-round coverage of the Boston Open. Well, if we see more of what we witnessed yesterday, we're in for a heck of a battle these next 3 days as we show you the current leaderboard here on this Friday. We've got a tie at the top. We'll get out to the action here as we pick things up on the par 4 6th hole. Wind coming from his right as he gets set for his second. Some green to work with as he'll try and lift this one out.
Didn't check, Frank.
Yeah, just not enough spin on that, really. I mean, that almost like took that first bounce and just ricocheted forward.
Yeah, good concentration there. Going with a putter from off the green, but this one falls to save par.
This is a pretty sizable par 5 here, Frank, the 7th.
But it's reachable. There's some mounds down there. If you keep it down the right side, hopefully that tee shot can kick it a little forward. And then that green, angled at about 45 degrees, very reachable. Par 5s too. They're the ones you really want to make birdie on, but the second shot, that's gone into that bunker. It's an awkward third. For such a short chip shot, and now a long putt for par.
This is a 19-foot putt.
Nah, that might have been a little more break than he was expecting as that one winds up undercutting the hole. That one in. It is a bogey here at the 7th. And that's going to drop him all the way down to 8 over par. Coming now to the second par 3 on this front side here at TPC Boston. 213-yard 8th hole. 2 deep greenside bunkers to contend with, as well as a grass hollow punishing long tee shots. Well, at least he can draw on the experience from the previous hole. Again in the bunker. Yeah, look how quick that was. Very difficult to get that to stop, even out of the sand, and that race is right on by. Oh, you're kidding. This game's unfair sometimes. That looked in the whole way. That one finished off. It's a bogey here at number 8. And he'll continue his slide. He is at 9 over par.
Frank, I love a hot dog and a soda at the turn. How hard is it to take a giant bite out of this 9th hole? Looks tough.
It is. Everything sort of bends where those 2 bunkers are, and that was sort of 350 yards to get past that. And there's an annoying little bunker that's about 30 yards short of this green. So you have to be precise with both the first and the second shot.
Frank, here at the 9th, what are most players trying to do?
Well, you really have to be aware of that bunker. That's about 25 yards short of the green. If you finish up there, that's one of the hardest shots in golf, the long bunker shot. So you've got to carry that, even if you want to run the ball onto this green.
We turn to Nota Begay III for this look at birdie.
And this might require just a little extra pace, but it's dead straight.
That one just gonna sneak on by. Disappointment there. He'll brush it in, and that'll be just a par. So that's where this tourney will end for our featured golfer. Their 2-round score falling outside the cut line.
And if you've
EA Sports and the Korn Ferry Tour are proud to showcase the finest young golfers from around the globe. Today, from the Quail Hollow Club in Charlotte, North Carolina, it's opening round coverage of the Charlotte Championship. What might we have in store for us over the course of these next 4 days? We've got big names, we've got dark horses, we've got it all as we look at the leaderboard on this Thursday. We've got a tie at the top at 2 under par. We get out to the play at the par 3 6th. "19 feet away. Got it there, but not quite on target. Okay, it's a bogey here at number 6, and he'll fall back to 1 under par. Next up, the first par 5 of the day, the 546-yard 7th. 2 fairway bunkers on the left side, presenting the only real trouble off the tee. Avoid those, and you have a good chance to get home in 2. No issues here. That is into the fairway. Let's bring in Nota Begay III, who has come through the Korn Ferry Tour, went on to win 4 times on the PGA Tour. Nota, what's it like when you have the finish line in sight, where you know you can punch your ticket with just a good solid finish, anything top 10, probably even top 20, getting you through?
Well, if anybody was ever wondering what it was like to play every shot feeling like you're going to throw up, this is it, because playing in these types of scenarios makes you so nervous. Every single shot matters. You can lose hopes of playing on the PGA Tour, or you can gain hopes every single time.
Oh man, the speed was spot on. A good putt, but nothing to show for it. That one finished off. It'll be a par here at 7, and he'll remain at 1 under par. Short par 4-8. Frank, as a commentator, as a fan, I love seeing guys go for it on a short par 4. Try to get to the green. Is it a good idea?
We're going to find out very, very quickly, but I love the moxie, though. I mean, the fact that people want to try and do this, that's what this game's all about. Give it a go. Laying up gets you nothing.
He seemed to like that one as well. He should. It'll wind up just right of center. Good shot. So not a whole lot left to go here as he'll set up his second to this par 4. Gonna have to give this a pretty good thump. Okay, that should be inside of 10 feet, not too bad. Didn't trust the read there, and that's gonna cost him. That one polished off for bogey, and that's going to move him back down to even par. From a drivable par 4 to a long par 4, we finish the outward 9 with a 505-yard ninth. Avoid the fairway bunker on the right, and you'll have a good look at a green flanked by 2 bunkers. And this, a tee shot that fits the eye, and that'll be just fine. But this will require a good strike of the golf ball to pretty long shot into this par 4 ninth. Well, had a good look at the green, but couldn't cash it in. In the rough now, wondering what might have been. Yeah, good concentration there. That's a distance where a putt could get away, but that, in for a par. So our featured golfer well back after round 1, and now likely in a fight just to play the weekend.
I think they're in a...
EA Sports and the Korn Ferry Tour are proud to feature some of the best young talent in the world of golf. Today, from picturesque Quail Hollow, live second-round coverage of the Charlotte Championship. Things starting to slowly take shape here on this Friday. For some, it is a race for the top prize. For others, it's a fight to stick around for the weekend as we show you the leaderboard. Some good names up there, including our leader. So out to the action we go as we join the play on the tee at the par 5 7th hole.
That 3-wood came out like a bullet. You could just see that first bounce just take that massive kick forward. Never going to stop.
This will be a 14-foot putt here. The pace, absolutely perfect there. Down the slope, it's in for a birdie. And that's going to help his chances to play the weekend, as currently he's hovering right around the cut line. See what kind of pop you have in the bat here. Can you get there? It's 346 yards, this par 4 8th. Turn it on here and make something happen. Nothing to fault there, safely in the fairway. The big drive got him here. Now a short one for his second. Okay, that in for par here at the 8th. And he'll remain at +4. Now to the 9th, better than 500 yards, and it is a par 4. Is this one of the hardest holes on the course, Frank?
It certainly is. It's a great way to finish this front 9. Dogleg left, and they put the bunker right where you want to aim it, down that right side. So now you got to go a little closer to the trees, but don't go left. Please don't go left.
Yeah, that one going to chase down the fairway a little, and it'll wind up perfect. We welcome in Iona Stephen. This, a putt for birdie.
Well, there's a fairly significant slope to take into account here. In terms of the break, it is going to move a hair from right to left, so two key things to focus on.
Yeah, what a stroke there, and a most unexpected birdie. The 11th hole is 592 yards. It's obviously a par 5, and it is the longest hole here at Quail Hollow. And that will almost certainly necessitate a layup, as that is into the bunker off the tee. Want to make sure you catch this cleanly. Is a second to the par 5. Okay, that's a good safe play. Get it back out into the fairway. Get some distance if you can, and get set to try and make a good third on this par 5. And that will make it onto the putting surface, but ultimately, not a real good shot. This from 7 feet. Ooh, that's got a little bit more movement than you think, and that'll slide on by. Okay, that one in for a bogey here at 10. And that's going to move him back to 4 over. The 11th hole was lengthened in recent years, making this a pretty challenging par 4. What do you think, Frank?
It is, Rich. The two bunkers down the left side are almost all the distances that you would think of if you lay up or you go for it with a driver. So you have to respect that and just go a little right. It's a lovely tee shot, the way in which it flows in amongst the trees, though, on either side. And a deceptively quick green from back to front.
Frank, what's your thinking on this approach shot here at the 11th?
The second shot here at 11 is anything other than straightforward. There's a bit of a ridge in the middle of the screen, so there's a tendency for that ball to roll around a little bit. Be precise.
Certainly had enough power, just didn't have any touch.
So that brushed in for par here at 11, and he'll remain right where he is. So for our featured golfer, Frank, it is on to the weekend. Who knows, if you get out early on Saturday, try and post a number, see what happens. EA Sports and the Korn Ferry Tour are proud to bring you this look at the future stars in the sport of golf. From the Quail Hollow Club in Charlotte, live third-round coverage of the Charlotte Championship. Rich Lerner here in our tower overlooking the 18th green. Frank Nobilo is by my side. Out on the course, we've got Nota Begay III and Iona Stephen as we check the Saturday leaderboard. A number of folks in contention, including our leader. So out to the action we go as we join the play on the tee at the par 5 7th hole. Has to be thrilled with that second shot here to the par 5. Frank got everything out of that.
Yeah, did well just to advance the ball so far down the fairway. And now a fairly straightforward third shot.
Birdie putt coming up, and we go to Iona Stephen.
Yeah, we're putting back up the gully here, Rich. You won't find a straighter putt on this green. Needs to give it a good run.
Pretty good read there. Definitely good speed, and that just skips a foot or so by. That one finished off. It's in for par, and he'll hold steady at 7 over par. Interesting part of the golf course, the long 3 and then the short 5 and now a short par 4. How gettable is this one, Frank?
I think you need your Sunday best, Rich, maybe a little bit of help, but even the strategy of laying up here is quite interesting. The 2 bunkers on the left, well staggered, and that big gaping bunker in the front right of the green. It's really how well you're swinging. I'd give it a crack. Take the head cover off.
So after that bomb of a drive, this is second to the par 4. Gonna have to try and give this a good thump to fly it to the hole. Never mind the up and down. That is a different kind of up and down. Up, out of the bunker, and down into the hole. Again, good flow to this golf course, good variety. So coming off that drivable par 4-8, we now arrive at a super long par 4. It's the 9th, and it's 505 yards. You're not driving this one. Yeah, good swing and a good result, as that is safely into the fairway. That so nearly a birdie, but par is all he'll have to show for it. We start the inward half with the longest hole at Quail Hollow, 592-yard par 5. Fairly straight. Avoid that fairway bunker on the left and let it rip. And that one's going to hit hard. Get a little bit of run out, and that is going to wind up just fine. I'm not sure he got every bit of that 3-wood trying to get home to this par 5 and 2, but still in the ball game for a birdie.
Two good shots on this par 5, leaves that simple little chip, and that was beautifully played.
Well done there. It's a birdie to kick off a back 9. And he'll get things back to 5 over. Frank, this was supposed to be moving day for our featured golfer, but instead they were moving in the wrong direction and over par round.
Yeah, actually you took the words right out of my mouth.
EA Sports and the Korn Ferry Tour bring you the best young talent in the world of golf. From the Quail Hollow Club in Charlotte, it's live final round coverage of the Charlotte Championship. Well, we have already seen 3 scintillating, sometimes spectacular rounds of golf. By the time twilight comes calling later today, we will have a champion as we check the Sunday leaderboard. A lot of folks fighting for the title, including our leader. So let's get out and pick up the action as we head to the tee at the par 5 15. Well, that's why on this golf course, Frank, there is a premium on hitting fairways.
You're exactly right. Might be also protecting against a flight, but that did anything other than flight.
Oh, it doesn't hurt to leave it short when you do that. Well done. That is a birdie from off the green. Down to the 16th hole, it is a better than 500-yard par 4, and it begins what they call the Green Mile. It is as tough a finishing stretch as you will find anywhere in golf.
And it's also beautiful to the eye when you stand on that 16th tee. It does play downhill nearly 10 yards. So that bunker on the right side is 320, take away the 10, so it's about 310 to carry. If you can take that line, you will choose so much off this hole. And then the second shot also is a little down breeze, and it has like an infinity edge. You can't see the back of this green. What a great way to start the Green Mile.
Oh, this might be close. That ball just had a mind of its own there. No way to get it to stop, and it winds up in the water. All right, so he'll take his drop, and with a penalty stroke added, that'll become his 4th now to the par 4. That is a good bounce back there to walk away with a bogey. And he'll fall back now to 5 over par. Next up is Quail Hollow's signature hole, the 190-yard par 3 17. Tee shot playing almost entirely over water to a peninsula green. The bunker on the right collects many bailout tee shots, inviting disaster with a poorly executed explosion shot. A tester, to say the least. Oh, that's trouble. Oh! That one just would not hang on, and it's over the stone wall and into the water here at 17. Uh-oh, that's trouble over there. We started off playing a game of golf, but now we're just flat out deep sea fishing here. This is bizarre. All right, so drop taken, that will bring up a 5th shot on the way. And that is into the hazard, and the wheels are coming off a bit here at the end. Might be time to move on and hope to finish strong at 18. Here we go, the par 4 18th, the final 494 yards of this green mile, and it is no walk in the park, is it, Frank?
No, and the decision you have to make on the tee as well, Rich. You can see the stream all the way down the left side, plus the bunker on the right. So the decision is, do I hit 3-wood or something just short of the bunker, around 290 yards, or do I have a club that can go 320 to the narrowest part of the fairway? So, fairway, longer shot, risk, shorter shot, your decision.
No, this finishing stretch can really take a lot out of you, and that ball into the creek here at 18. So now after the drop, time to try again. Nope. Okay, a shake of the head as that one is finished off. And that's going to drop him down the leaderboard just a bit. So Frank, our golfer just could not get things going here in this final round, and it winds up a disappointing finish.
And hopefully it's not a bad habit too, because as we know, they normally give out trophies on Sundays, so you do not want to get in a habit of playing poorly on Sunday.
EA Sports and the Korn Ferry Tour are proud to showcase the finest young golfers from around the globe. From scenic Pebble Beach, it's live first-round coverage of the season finale, the Korn Ferry Tour Championship. This is going to be a compelling 4 days of golf. A lot of storylines to follow as we move through the weekend and we take a look at the leaderboard here in round one. Some good names up there, including our leader. And this will work its way just into the rough, so a missed fairway here at 1.
But it is sitting up, so that's not too bad. Shouldn't be much of a problem from there.
Gonna have to accelerate through the sand here to give this enough carry.
It's only the first hole, and the touch, as we can see, is sadly lacking.
From about 8 feet. Okay, good putt there, but it is a bogey here at 1. And he's going to fall back now to 1 over par. Frank, interestingly, this hole number 2 plays as a par 4 for the U.S. Open. It is a par 5. It's absolutely gettable, and players must take advantage.
Certainly, Rich. Off that back tee, really you've got to grab a driver. I know there's bunkers left and right, but the decision is whether that tee shot finishes in the fairway, because if it does, you're going to have a crack at this par 5 and 2. If it doesn't, then you play the layup.
Really hit that second shot on the button to this par 5, but Frank couldn't get it to stop.
Yeah, too good, too long, sadly.
Well, that one didn't work out. Didn't look bad in the air. It hit the green, but didn't sit.
Yeah, it was never going to stop.
Yes, smart play from that distance. Just use the putter to make sure you get the line, and this one goes down for a birdie. This is a pretty hole, the third, 397 yards, just a gentle dog leg to the left. And you do have the option. If you're longer, maybe you just take it up over those trees and cut the dog leg, leaving yourself very short shot in. Or you can play it out to the right, have a little bit more in, but still certainly with a good chance at birdie. And that one lands in the first cut, Frank.
Interesting choice coming ahead here. It'll be interesting to see how he reads this lie. Birdie on the last, and likely to give at least one back here.
Okay, not too bad there. Not in gimme range, but a good chance to possibly walk away only down a stroke. Okay, no further damage. It's a bogey 5. And he'll drop back to 1 over par. With Stillwater Bay on the right, this is Pebble's picturesque 333-yard par 4 fourth. Tee shot could be anything from long iron to driver. but beware of the 9 bunkers surrounding the fairway and green. Yeah, all about hitting the fairway here, and that is right where you want to be. Good chance to get one in close from here. This is second. Okay, sensible play right there, and that one on deck. The pace, absolutely perfect there. Down the slope, it's in for a birdie.
So here we are, Frank, the 5th hole, the first of the 4 par 3s at Pebble Beach. It doesn't get all the love that some of the others do, but this one has the players' attention. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, it certainly does, Rich. Everybody wants to take a picture, down by the 7th, 17th hole, famous par 3. Remember Jack Nicklaus's one on, but believe me, I think this hole is every bit as tough as 17.
Now from off the green left, this is second.
Obviously, it was hit too hard. We saw that when the ball came off the face. I mean, it's shots like that, they have to be worked out a little better. Ball's always going to run quicker on the putting surface.
Okay, that one brushed in for bogey here at the 5th. And that won't help the cause one bit. Well, this is where the excitement starts to build early in a round at Pebble Beach. I know it's the 6th, but you're coming into possibly one of the greatest stretches in all of golf. This is a 498-yard par 5, goes up the hill, Pacific Ocean in the distance, chance to make an eagle here, and chance to feel really good about where you're headed. Now, after the big drive, this a good distance here for a second to the par 5. Yeah, mission accomplished. On into, didn't fly it all the way there, but got enough release in good shape. Oh, that's a good stroke. Doesn't quite get the reward of the eagle, but a birdie would be a nice consolation, right? Okay, well done there. It's a birdie here at the 6th. Moving on to the 106-yard par 3-7. One of the most beautiful holes in the world. Craggy rocks, blue skies, and the beckoning Pacific beyond. Absolutely breathtaking. Mishit, wrong club. What happened there, Frank?
All of the above, maybe. It's a little bit of a head scratcher. It wasn't that hard a shot. And just when I thought the momentum was going in the right direction after that birdie, please don't give it back straight away.
Yeah, that's well done, though it is for bogey here at the par 3, and that's going to drop him down the leaderboard just a bit.
Frank, as you know, of all the sports played on land, golf's the one with the best views. This is as good as it gets, but you need to focus now on what's ahead of you. This 8th hole is a real challenge, isn't it?
It certainly is. The temptation is to pull the camera out, but really it's about what club you're going to pull off this tee. There's 2 runouts on the right side, about 250 yards, left side about 270, and really that white rock is a great indicator of the line.
Let's bring in Nota Begay III for a look at birdie.
And this is definitely coming from his left, just slightly down the slope.
Ooh, good speed there. That'll leave just a couple of feet. Okay, safely in for his par. And he'll stay at 1 over. We finished the front side with what is often considered the most difficult hole at Pebble Beach, 483-yard par 4 ninth, ocean, all down the right, and bunkers and deep rough on the left. No room for error here. That's right in the pocket. Now, watch this gravity take over here. That's going to come on down the slope. Wow, really well done. Second shot now, and has to be careful because that breeze can be tricky at his back. You don't want to overclub. Well, had a good look at the green, but couldn't cash it in. In the rough now, wondering what might have been. Yeah, that's a good putt. It's in for par here at the 9th, and that's going to be a 1 over score of 36 on this outward 9. Hope you're enjoying this little stroll along Carmel Bay, and the golf is as good as the view. This 10th hole is 444 yards. I would tell you that it is the widest fairway at Pebble Beach. It is, but it doesn't feel that way because of the way it slopes left to right. And if you're not careful, this one can get away from you and head toward that Pacific. He split the middle of the street on this one. He's going to have a good look. Second shot.
This is an 11-foot putt.
Oh, and a shot in the arm there to start the second 9. That's in for par here at 10. And he'll stay right where he is.
Well, this is where Pebble Beach changes significantly. We're going away from the Pacific Ocean now, up the hill toward the forest, Frank. What do you think of the 11th hole?
Well, it's tricky, Rich. Number one, because it's blind, as you've detailed, but uphill and it's sea level, so that tee shot's not going to go that far. There is a run out down that left side, just inside the tree line there. That's about 308 yards, but you're not going to go that far. So really, you have to respect this hole. Just hit a fairway finder.
Okay, well done. It is a par here at 11, and he'll remain right where he is. And now we arrive at the 202-yard par 3 12. Best to work the ball right to left, landing as softly as possible on one of the firmest greens at Pebble Beach. He couldn't quite hold the green there, and that is into the left rough. Looking back up from behind the green, a second to this par 3. Nope, didn't see the break, and that slides by to the left. So, a tough hole. That's in for bogey at 12. And that's going to move him back to 2 over par. Here we are at Pebble's 13th 401-yard par 4 that some consider a bit of a breather on the course. Birdie is definitely a possibility here. And that will be more than adequate. It's safely into the fairway. From the fairway nota, this his second.
And he is right on the number. 140 yards to the front, 152 to the hole. Wind definitely hurting in his face.
That is always so disappointing from that kind of a spot when you come up short.
Yeah, you're licking your chops over that one. A shot you think you could hit directly at the flag. Now, test for the short game. Well, it's tough to shake off that bogey at the previous hole, especially when you get a shot like that.
Just 5 feet left. And that's what these greens can do to you. They make you see things that just aren't there, and that one slides by. Okay, finished off there for double bogey. And that won't help the cause one bit.
Frank, the 14th hole, par 5, it is one of the most difficult par 5s in championship golf, isn't it?
It certainly is, Rich. Not just because of the length of the hole, 570 plus yards, but reachable only really by the longest hitters in the right conditions. But it's the third shot. I've got to rank the third shot as probably the hardest short wedge shot, right up there with the 15th hole at Augusta.
Still better than 3 bills away as he puts forth his second to the par 5. Now his third, staring right at the green. Okay, not a bad lead. That's a good shot. That one just going to sneak on by. Safely in. It's a bogey here at 14. And that's going to drop him down the leaderboard just a bit. Next up, the 393-yard par 4 15th. Tee shot in the fairway gives the players an excellent shot at birdie, but be careful losing it right onto that 17-mile drive.
Bogey at the last and found the rough here. It's going to be a little bit of a shock on the momentum because it's going in the wrong direction. Oh, and that came out of the rough way too hot. But it is back in the thick stuff. More problems.
Yeah, putting off the fringe or the fairway is one thing, but come on, trying to do it out of the rough, that's a whole nother story. Okay, so that one finished off for double bogey. And he'll slide a bit further here to 7 over par.
Par 4 16th hole, Frank, what's the right play off the tee?
You don't need driver here for a start, Rich. It's a long iron or even a fairway wood. Now, you see that big gaping bunker in the middle of the fairway? That's not really in play. 205 yards gets over that. But that's the line. If you look closely up the right there, those two bunkers, you just see a little sliver of the bunker, the left of the two on the right. That's sort of a no-no. So anything slightly left of that runs out about sort of 280 yards, that is prime. And that one barely makes the front of the green. Do you realize if you just miss hit the middle of the club by 1/4 of an inch, you lose 10%? That's right, 10%.
Oh, that is a really good putt. Got it to throw out the anchor right near the hole. That's well done. Okay, didn't want to let that one get away. It is a par here at 16, and he'll hold steady at 7 over par. If you stop for just a moment, it can really hit you where you are and what's happened here. This 17th hole at Pebble Beach, the par 3. Jack with a 1-iron that hit the flagstick in 1972 on his way to winning the U.S. Open Championship. And then a decade later, Tom Watson from just long of the green, chipping in for a birdie to beat Jack Nicklaus. Yeah, history made here at the 17th hole. And continued problems off the tee. That ball gonna come to rest in the heavy rough.
And an awkward little bunker shot. Just splash it out, let the ball run towards the flag.
All right, good job to blast that out, but it is by no means home.
Sizable putt from 16 feet.
Got it there, but not quite on target. Okay, that one finished off for a 5 here at the par 3. And he'll continue his slide. He is at 9 over par. Well, here we are now at arguably the greatest finishing hole in golf. 536-yard par 5. Pacific Ocean, massive fairway bunker stretching more than 100 yards on the left, and cypress trees. Just a few of the things you need to contend with.
It's so hard to bounce back after a huge score, especially when you're still reeling from it. But try and pull the screws back in the head there. Just take a little breath, maybe two. Decent swing. Don't try and kill it. Exactly like that. Really good shot. Did you see the yardage on that one? I mean, there had to be a mistake there because that 3-wood did not even touch the green. Liquor stamp, that was airmail.
Yeah, that's a good putt. It is in for his par here at 18. And that will complete a round of 81. For the golfer we had our eye on, no other way to say it, Frank, just not. EA Sports and the Korn Ferry Tour are proud to feature some of the best young talent in the world of golf. From the world-famous Pebble Beach Golf Links, live second-round coverage of the Korn Ferry Tour Championship. But if we see more of what we witnessed yesterday, we're in for a heck of a battle these next 3 days as we show you the current leaderboard here on this Friday. A number of folks in contention, including our leader. So now from that first cut, his second to the par 4. And that not going to work out as intended. It'll wind up coming to rest just off the green. "11 feet away. That's going to scoot a foot or two by. Oh, boy, gotta hope that's not a harbinger of things to come. Oh my goodness. Well, hit the stroke limit on that one. "507-yard par 5 second is not the most picturesque nor the hardest hole here at Pebble Beach, but it is one where you want to focus, you want to assess the risk factors involved here, particularly on that second shot, and most definitely you want to come away here with a 4. If you don't, you feel like you left one out there. Long drive, but a bad lie.
Wicked. Another example there of the struggle today. Iron shots just not getting in close enough, and now another difficult 2-putt.
A birdie try on the second green, and with that, we welcome 4-time winner on the PGA Tour, Nota Begay.
And this putt moving right the whole way. Got to keep the pace up to hold its line.
That finished off for par here at the second. And that's going to keep him right where he is.
Well, Frank, here we are at the third. Severe dog leg left, and I'm just curious how much of that dog leg the big hitters might think about chewing off.
Rich, the game has changed so much. If there's a hint of a breeze behind, I mean, really, have a crack at it with a driver. It's about 350 yards, really, to the front edge of the green. But if not, you've got to negotiate those 3 bunkers on the right side. And, well, depending on what club you want to have to head off the tee, decide which one of those bunkers you want to aim at. A little disappointing from that range. I really thought you could hit one in there tight, but instead, once again, tough 2-putt now.
Nope. So that safely in. It's a par here at the third. And he's going to stay right where he is. Well, this is where Pebble Beach starts to look like Pebble Beach in all its glory and magnificent beauty. It's only 333 yards. Off the tee, you can hit driver, maybe make an eagle, knock it up on the green. We have seen guys do that. Or you can play it safe, long iron off the tee. Either way, you're thinking 3 at 4. And this not a distance you practice all that often with your bunker shots.
Picked that way too clean.
No spin, running out and long. Might have overread it just a bit, and it stayed out wide left of the hole. That one finished off. It is a bogey here at 4. And he's going to fall even further below par. Here we are at the first par 3 at Pebble Beach. It's the 189-yard fifth. This was redesigned late last century by the great Jack Nicklaus, who has so much rich history here at Pebble Beach. And that one not on the green, but not in a terrible spot either, sitting up in the short grass. Second shot now, here at the par 3.
Right about 9 feet here to the hole.
Not that time. That's going to slip on by. He'll go ahead and finish that off. It's in for his bogey. And with it, he's going to fall even further down this leaderboard, well above par.
It's a tremendous par 5 here, the 6th hole. Frank, you can plainly see Stillwater Cove on the right. Where do you want to put this tee shot?
When you look at that tee that you're on for a start, Rich, you're 20 yards above. So whatever you hit's going to go at least 20 yards further. So I look at that first bunker, 270, really only playing 250 yards, and then the fairway sloping towards the right. So even a 3-wood for some of the longer players, just something that hits around there, could even be a long iron, it's going to scoot forward. If you get 270 yards out of your tee shot, I mean, you can still reach this par 5 and 2.
Okay, you like to see that. It has been a tough day, no question about it, but that is a bright spot, Frank.
Well, it was like it was raining through most of the day, and then all of a sudden the sun popped out, because this is a total change.
Oh yeah, that's how you take advantage of a par 5. It's in for an eagle 3. Superb. Well, this is the one you dreamed about, isn't it? Just a little baby wedge that kisses the clouds and drops softly on that tiny green here at the 7th. You and your maker, there's nothing better in the world than to be playing the 7th hole and playing it well here at Pebble Beach. A chance maybe to run something back there for his second.
It's a slow start, and you can blame it on the short game.
That one in. It is a bogey here at the 7th. And that's going to drop him even further down the leaderboard. Now to one of the most picturesque par 4s in the world, the 8th hole here at Pebble Beach. Jack Nicklaus, who won the U.S. Open here, called it simply the greatest second shot to a par 4 anywhere in the world. And no issues there. Good tee shot in the short grass.
Frank, just the visuals on this second shot to number 8, mind-boggling.
Yeah, this is really where Pebble Beach attracts the best players in the world. Sitting on top of that hill, and you look at this green that angles away from the player on the player's right. Plus, you actually have to look at the putting surface. There's only a small area of flat surface. If you come up, anything sort of 5 or 6 yards short on that putting surface, it will come off. But also, too, you can, if a little bit of local knowledge, don't tell too many people, but you can use the back edge of the green, too, to roll the ball back.
Okay, nicely done. It's a birdie at number 8. And that at least gonna ease the pain, if only for the moment.
2019 U.S. Open number 9 was the hardest hole on the golf course. Frank, give yourself certainly a good crack at 4 by hitting the fairway.
And that's all you wanted to do in 2019. It's fine to say all, too, but having to hit the left side of this fairway just to keep it in play, and then once again hit into, I know we say this a lot here, but a very narrow green and a very small green, but this time with a long club.
So no real problems here with the lie. It's his second from that first cut. This one is all about touch and feel and creativity. Coming down that huge slope, though it is a birdie putt. Will that stop? Yes, that was not easy down the slope, but that's pretty well done. Okay, that's in for his par here at the 9th. And that's going to mean this is a 3 over 38 here on this front side. Starting the backside with a 444-yard par 4 10th, the last in this stretch along Carmel Bay, offering the widest fairway at Pebble, feeding left to right toward the water.
Now that's a good drive right there, and by my count, that is just 2 fairways hit in 8 attempts. And a good approach shot, just not quite as close as what you'd like, but still solid.
Now this for birdie at 10.
And he let quite a few opportunities slip through the cracks on the front side, so he'd love to take advantage here.
Hang on. That's going to leave about 3 feet. Even the short ones can jump up and get you sometimes. Okay, that one in for a bogey here at 10. And he's going to fall even further below par. Now we come to the 11th hole, and now the golf course heads up and inland, away from the water. Only 370 yards, best to be on the left side of the fairway. That will then open up the approach into what is one of the smaller greens here at Pebble Beach. That one going to split the middle, maybe get a little rollout as well. That is a good, solid tee shot. So from right around the middle of the fairway, this is second.
And that ball looked good in the air. You'd like it to be a little closer, but still, inside 40 feet, just going to have to be careful with the lag putting.
Needed that to turn a little more, but it hung out wide. So that brushed in for par here at 11, and he'll remain right where he is.
First par 3 now on the backside. Frank, this is sort of the forgotten hole, the 12, 202 yards.
It is. It's in the corner of the golf course. If you look at the right side of the screen, it's very narrow, but that's actually the entry or the gateway. And the reason why I say that is that's the full width of the putting surface. If you're going to take the bunker on, you've got to carry the ball another 8 or 9 yards. But one thing in your favor is this hole plays 10 yards downhill.
A chance maybe to just throw something up high for his second.
Had to take the boxing gloves off on that one. No touch whatsoever, and this is a long, long putt coming back.
And the computer dials this one up at 26 feet.
That one just going to sneak on by. That one safely in for a bogey. And with it, he's going to fall even further down this leaderboard, well above par. The 13th here at Pebble Beach is sort of a forgotten hole. It's only 401 yards of par 4, but I promise you'll remember it if you make a birdie here, and you'll have a good chance if you put it in the correct position off the tee. And this has been a problem all round long. Out of position again off the tee, as that is into the thick stuff. Okay, so good work there to get this back out into the short grass.
And really, this is not a bad spot to be, just a little short of the green. Certainly not out of the question to get away with a par.
Well, those are the shots that turn what you'd like to be a leisurely stroll out on the golf course into a day of hard work.
Yeah, what could have been a tap-in is now going to be a grind.
Well judged, that is in for par here at 13. And that's going to keep him right where he is. We arrive now at the 582-yard par 5 14th. It is one of the hardest holes on the PGA Tour, year in, year out. This is a bear. That's going to be up the left-hand side. Be a little disappointed with that because it lands in the rough and it appears to be fairly thick over there. Okay, back into the fairway, but still a long road home from there. We welcome in Iona Stephen. This, a putt for birdie.
Well, this one's all about a light touch in the hands. There's really not a lot of break in it, but it will gain speed as it goes down this ridge.
Oh, man. Boy, it's been one of those days. You think the golf gods are against you. Okay, that's going to be finished off for his bogey. And that's going to drop him even further down the leaderboard.
Here at the 15th, a good drive, Frank, would be right down the middle. A bad drive would be on 17-mile drive. As scenic as it is, it's not where you want to be, is it? It's out of bounds.
Well, you can't afford to go right. You can't afford to pay for that real estate on the right either. So, yeah, anything down there. Unfortunately, it's a downhill tee shot. I know there's sort of four bunkers really down the left side, but really it's the pop bunker that has to be avoided.
Okay, it's not stone dead, but that's not too bad.
8 feet now for birdie.
Nope, I could have erased the bogey from the previous hole, but no dice there. Okay, a solid par here at the 15th, and he's going to stay right where he is. We now begin one of the most beautiful stretches of finishing holes in all of golf, the March to the Sea at Pebble Beach, starting with a 400-yard par 4 16th. Key here, carry the island bunker. And that, a good-looking shot there, well placed in the fairway. We know he can move it. That ball was absolutely bombed. Now comes the touch shot, 83, 84 yards. See if he can play that 2-check skipper and get it to stop.
Good approach shot. Birdie putt coming up. Approach shot just a little right, little short.
15 feet away.
Got it there, but not quite on target. Okay, that'll be a par here at 16. And he'll remain right where he is. From Jack at the 1972 U.S. Open to Tom Watson, the same championship, 1982. A 182-yard par 3 penultimate hole at Pebble Beach has provided historical drama time after time. Okay, that one's dancing. A look here for birdie at 17.
And he's had trouble all round long reading these greens, and this is another putt with a pretty good curve to it.
Just played a little too much break there and hung it out to the left. No problems there. That's a par here at 17. And that's going to keep him right where he is.
Frank, you don't need to say a whole lot. 18T, Pebble Beach.
It's such a beautiful finishing hole, Rich. Two of my favorites really are this hole here, just looking at that tee shot, and the 18th at St. Andrews because of exactly where you are. But, this hole, when you look at the water there, Stillwater Cove, it's so beautifully framed by the bunkers. And then when you start to look at the tee shot, you start to notice what the designer's done, just leaving the tree there in the middle of the fairway. So the decisions, do I play short, left, or right? And it's not the only tree on the hole, too, because that upcoming second shot, you have another tree short right to contend with. But if there's ever a hole you want a birdie to finish, this is the one. Look, I know par 5s are long holes and most people struggle to reach, but that 3-wood did not even touch the putting surface. It had to be the wrong club. I know it's ambitious, but look where it is now.
He's hoping here to at least get this to tap-in range, but it is for birdie. And this will be a 5-foot putt here. That's a good putt to save par here at 18. And this will be a second round, 78. So Frank, this a very difficult Friday for our featured golfer. Nothing seemed to go right. And this is going to wind up an M